Hi everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here and welcome back to part 47 of my Get. How are we on part 47 and I was about to refer to this as Get Together? Growing together. I feel like my energy could go either way in this video because one, I am feeling great. I got invited to an EA event over the last few days, so I have been reconnecting with so many simmers and my heart feels so full whenever anything like that happens in real life. I feel like it just renews my energy for like content. However, I also do think I could potentially be getting sick, which I mean is a given, I feel, when the weather has been the way that it has been in the UK. So we'll see how it goes, but I think this one's gonna be a fun one. Obviously, in the last part, we did have little Rosemary age up, so we now have a teenager in the household, which is wild. We truly are all growing together, but let's get into it. Speaking of said teenager, we obviously did have her try the mermaidic kelp in the last part, and she turned into this gorgeous, stunning, beautiful mermaid with a bright red tail. Honestly, absolutely incredible tail that it is. She still is obsessed with getting baths, obviously even more important now that she is a secret mermaid. She needs to keep her hydration up. She's just like me for real. Speaking of real, let's get into the real estate of this part because I'm fairly sure we are about to turn our house into a residential rental. Obviously, our grandmother, Julie, is a stay-over guest right now. I can't take Sims seriously, especially when she does something like that. Because the event that I went to had actors like pretending to be Sims, and Nancy Langrab, like they were all so good, but Nancy like kept dancing like that. And now whenever I see her, I just imagine it and it just makes me giggle every single time. So I think we're gonna try and turn our house into a residential rental and actually move her in for a little bit. Just because I think it would be a fun, nice way to kind of tie in the new pack. I don't think I'm gonna do like a huge dedicated let's play. If I'm being completely honest, I kind of want to shift my content in the new year, and I know that might be scary to some people. I still want to tell stories and I still want to do those kind of things on my channel. I just don't want to do it in a traditional let's play type of way, I guess. Like obviously that is going to be a transitional period, so we're not going to rush into it like all at once. I'm going to see what happens with growing together, but I am thinking of wrapping it up soon, potentially at the end of December. Like we're almost at part 50. I feel like we've explored a lot of what the pack has to offer. I actually don't think there's much that we haven't explored, so I kind of just want to focus on the story for the last few parts. I honestly may play with Sage in the future because I feel really connected to him for some reason, like as a sim. I think he's really interesting, and I think I actually do want to like continue to see where his life is going to lead. I'm not going to promise anything on that front. She is currently a stay-over guest, so I kind of don't want to turn this into a residential rental while she's here because I feel like that could potentially mess it up. There we go. Your stay-over house guests have returned home. Okay, I'm gonna try and think of like the best way to do this. Obviously, we've all seen this house. I don't want to move out of this house, to be completely honest. I think this is their forever house. Like I absolutely adore this house so much, but we do have this little like area that is gonna be dedicated to Julie. She has just lost her husband and we kind of want to say, look, you can move in with us. Like you don't have to be in this big house like all alone. So let's hop in to manage worlds, and I'm gonna try and think of the best way to do this. I think what I'm gonna do is also change her house into a residential rental for right now, just because that will stop any other person moving in because she'll technically still own it, and that's good for like the story. I should have probably entered into live mode because I feel like she may potentially not own it if I turn it into a rental residential from here. You can only change residential rental if the lot is unowned or whilst playing. Yeah. That's what I thought. And then I'm just gonna choose all of it as 17 Eucalyptus Lane. And that means that she fully owns it. She is the property owner. So obviously, unless I sell this or I decide to fill the vacancy, she will continue to own it, which is what I want. And then we are gonna do the same to their home. Residential rental. This is one Parkside place. So I'm gonna change the bedrooms into one Parkside. I'm gonna, I think, leave the bathrooms because they are technically all in a shared area. The only thing is, like, obviously I could just move her in and I could like cheat my money to say that I'm getting rent off her. That's the way that people have always played it, and doing all of this means that she'll probably come and like knock on our bedroom door to enter our area if we want her to, which can get a little funky, but I just to play around with it. I want to see how it goes because this is how I imagine a lot of simmers have been wanting to use this pack. So there might be things that feel clunky in it. Obviously, we're not going to be able to see her room, which, by the way, speaking of, I know I made an error in my latest video where I was talking about the replayability. I was saying that the maintenance events could get really funky. Now, I am like 99% sure I didn't have this option in my early access. I think my pack settings was like completely grayed out. Like I remember like physically clicking on this multiple times and it wouldn't load up, which would make sense that they wouldn't have that maybe setting set up for like the early release, but there is actually a section. Obviously, there's a section for so many packs that we have up to now, but there is one for rent. I said that a lot of like the weak points, I guess, in the replayability of for rent is if you are using it for something of this nature, sometimes you don't want to be like a landlord of like your family or friends living with you. Like you don't always want like maintenance events happening, so you have to go round to their apartments and fix them. You can enable rental unit events or disable them. If disabled, property owners and tenants will no longer experience events in residential rental units. Obviously, you can do this if you make stuff unbreakable and you're like, okay, for that realism, I don't personally think these events should happen. Obviously, that restricts other events not only to do with like plumbing or kitchen appliances or electronics breaking. That just disables everything. But it is an option if you do want to tell those stories, which I'm so glad about. And you can have hide units by default, set whether units should be hidden or unhidden in default build mode. So this doesn't apply to live mode, which I kind of wish that there was an option for live mode as well, I'm not gonna lie, but I understand why that's not the case because you do need to go through like a loading screen. I just wish that there was a way for the game to know if like it was on your lot, but I feel like that's just impossible to do in programming, so we unfortunately won't be able to like see into her unit, but I think I'm okay with that. I'm gonna keep the rental unit events on for now. I do want to test the theory of whether Leah makes these unbreakable, which she may have potentially already done if we still get maintenance events that affect them, because I know that's something that people have been really interested in. Let's hop back in to live mode. As you can see, technically all of her stuff disappeared, but it is still there. We can break in, which I think is hilarious. Like I absolutely will be rooting through Judy's stuff, I feel, at least a little bit. We currently can't fill the vacancy because she won't pop up. Like obviously she has her own lot, and it tends to be that even if you put her into like the managed households as like not having a house, she still won't really pop up in here. Like it's just kind of look at the drawer. It feels like it gets filled with like the NPCs that the Sims wanted it to be filled with. Our max rent is 56. I'm just gonna do like 10 simoleons per day. The least length, that's like 70 quid a week, which I mean is still expensive. but she can afford it. I kind of want to put some rules on it. Maybe I kind of want to do no social events just because it's literally a bedroom. I don't mind about like the loud noises. Maximum occupancy. Yeah, I mean, she's definitely not gonna go over that. We will also do no trash overload. So I'm gonna exit out of this for the time being. I need to hop back into Manage Worlds. This is what I mean. This pack does have a lot of like workarounds for like creative liberty storytelling. Like there is a lot of effort that needs to go in by the player. I kind of wish that they gave you like an option, I guess, to ask a family member to fill the vacancy, but that is not a thing that can happen. So I am going to move her out. I love this. I can't like see it because this big tree, which is a tree house, is in the way. I can only click on like this tiny portion. It's saying the rent is 28 per day. I think I didn't save the setting, but to Parkside Place, yep, that's where I want her to move into. Look at her little face. Unfortunately, to now play my household, I have to click on their bedrooms. You can't just click on like the shared space, which I guess makes sense when you think about the programming of the game, but I mean, I wish it was just easier to click on the shared and then pick which family you wanted to play. Oof, that was an awful lot of organization at the beginning of a part. I do apologize for that. We are actually gonna get ourselves a rocket ship because, as you all know, you better not get your little fishy scales out whilst you are down, just chilling in your bikini. Yep, cool. Definitely not going to give it away that you are a mermaid. We can call clear skies thunderstorm or rainstorm. We are going to call the clear skies. Absolutely. It's still quite warm, even though it is autumn. So I'm going to throw this fit on her. It's so exciting having a mermaid in the house. Watch it. From the last part, everyone probably has the like scared of fires. Ooh. From completing mind and body aspiration, these Sims have learned to discipline them. Oh yeah. Maybe that's why she can use like telepathic connection. These Sims love improving themselves and others together. They have faster relationship skill gain when training with friends because she's a pack animal. She also has top-notch infant and high self-esteem, which, speaking of that high self-esteem, we're actually gonna ask our parents if we can finally go to acting lessons. I don't think they really wanted to let her do it as a kid, just because they were like, we don't know how this is gonna go. Like, she feels like she has the potential to be a diva. We're gonna tell them that they're both our favorites. I also want to tell Jude that he's our favorite. We're just gonna suck up to both parents and be like, please, like, I love you and I respected the decision when I was a kid, but can I please go to acting classes and now that I'm a teenager? And I'll take them super seriously. We all know the real reason she wants to go to acting lessons. It's definitely so that she doesn't give off mermaid vibes. It's so she can hide the fact that she's a mermaid. She's like, I better scrub up on my acting skills. Like, I've always been a slight little diva, but definitely need to get better at that. See, she's just like chilling in our shared area. It's so cute, like having her around the house. Like, obviously we could do this with growing together and the stayovers, but it's really cute that we now have like a full option for it. And then we're also gonna tell Jude that he is also our favorite. I feel like he's gonna get hurt if he overhears us telling Leah that she's our favorite. He's gonna be like, what about me? Like, Rosemary was always like my little princess, which I know I said she had a look of Leah, and I do still think she does. Like, her lips and her like chin definitely give me big Leah vibes, but when you look at her and Jude, like especially now whilst they're like face to face, look at how similar their side profiles are. She is the spitting image, which I really hope that Sage is like the spitting image image of Leah. I just love how there's such a distinction between like the genes of this family. Look, she's whispering to her. She's like, Mum, you've always been my favorite. Julie's so happy. I'm so glad that we're all super close now. I feel like Jude has done so much healing. Like the fact that he has invited his mum to live with the household. Like, this would have never, ever happened if, unfortunately, his father... I shouldn't say if, unfortunately, his father was still alive. Like, it kind of isn't great that that had to happen, but I don't think he would have, like, had this kind of, I guess, forgiveness in his heart if that hadn't happened. Oh, he doesn't actually look upset by that. He actually looks like he's like, yeah, I'm kind of here for it. My two favorite gals. Oh, I hate the glitched out hugs that people do. Ugh, why is Leah just stuck in the middle? I'm fairly sure they agreed to it. So let's go business. Join an after school activity. Ooh, the flea market is in town. Sage, what are you doing? Why are you just stood by the little like oven on your stool? Select a career for Rosemary. Obviously it's not a career. Whoa, no. Drama club. There we go. I forget that we have like chess team member and stuff like that now. Join drama club. As a drama club member, you'll perform in local plays and eventually hone those fine acting skills. Crying on demand is useful in plays as well as getting out of things. Impress your classmates and parents with your ability to become virtually anyone. Just make sure you don't do anything embarrassing on stage because those memories will last a lifetime. Boom! Starts Monday, 3:30 p.m. I always expect like drama club, maybe this is a UK thing, to be like a weekend activity. Like my nieces grew up in like drama school and singing, and I feel like sometimes they would do it after school, but most of the time it would be like a Sunday morning thing. Father Winter, I really don't want to go shopping with you at the flea market. Jude, can you actually go and like work on your flower arranging? He's still not a level 10 in flower arranging, which is hilarious. And then let's quickly hop into build mode. Like I said, I do want to encourage Leah's midlife crisis, so I'm hoping I'm gonna get rid of the patches now, considering we technically do not need them. Steampunk flyamajig. 5,000! Ah, that's so many simoleons. Sorry, little rabbit. I am about to plop this down on you, buddy, which I do apologize for. I should just be able to start working and living life. Can I never go to school again? Teachers important things. Society requires school. Don't grow up until you need to. I actually want Sage to come narrate a tale of dolls. I'm hoping he gets inspired by this. Wait, why is he not wearing his bear form? Can I actually, like, get him to do that? Yes, I can. One of you pointed out that this wasn't a blueberry bear. It was a grape bear, and it was purple. I'm gonna stick with my headcanon that he's a blue bear because of his granddad, and it's a way for him to tell his emotions and not have them all, like, build up inside him, which I think is a very Sage mood. So I am taking those creative liberties in my storytelling. I don't know if he's gonna get like super inspired by this, but a little birdie told me, and that little birdie was a Reddit thing as I was just searching to see if kids could actually write books, which apparently they can't, but they can write dollhouse story, which is so accurate to my childhood. Like obviously Sims, when they first started designing it back in The Sims 1, it was called like the dollhouse simulator. Like they were imagining like kids playing with this game to simulate a dollhouse. This is literally what I used to do. Like I used to take a notebook and I would used to write stories about my Sims. No shocker out there that this is my career now, because this is literally just what I used to do from being a child, is create stories in The Sims. I used to like write in my notebook like little stories, and then I also used to like draw like houses and ideas that I had. How I never became a Sims builder is beyond me. I mean, I was never good at it even as I was a child. But after playing with the doll's house, kids can do this. The extravagant tales of Ariel the space pirate and her spunky lover. Oh, no, no, no. That means something completely different in the UK, which I'm not going to get into, but I do not like it. In this volume, finding the dollhouse of their dreams. Now, they're both the same, but we are definitely going to go have him write a little book, because I do imagine him being a little author, which, Rosemary, you little shit. Get off that. Sage advice on love. Oh, I was like, what? Sage gave advice on love, but obviously, he did not. Why is her hydration going down so quickly? I wonder. Let me test this out. Does go playing in the water? I'm hoping that will not give her a mermaid tail. At least I hope. Imagine she's just like wandering around with a little mermaid tail. There we go. He's got his little grape fit on. He is gonna start writing his story. One son, two son, a son. Sure. You can call it that. I will let you have all the creative freedom that you want. Oh, Leah, this new fit is well cute. Her hair looks so good. We are gonna go have her start this build. It technically cost us 6,000. One of you actually commented. She has obviously the midlife crisis thing, which she doesn't have long left of her midlife crisis. She has 2 days, 17 hours. I think if I have her like complete this, that will go down again. But one of you actually really want her to go to Batu to like build a droid, which does actually take the longest. Like that's the longest thing you can do in Batu, but I'm kind of down for doing it if you lot want to see that. And I also think it could potentially turn into a storyline that I've wanted to play for a little bit. Obviously, I am going to start wrapping this Let's Play up and stuff, but there's definitely something that I wanted to tell. So definitely let me know. I'm not going to spend ages in Batu, by the way. It would be like half a part, like at most. It's just so I can kind of like get something going that I want to. So if you are interested in that, definitely let me know and we can definitely do a part like that. Oh, is she not even gonna get changed? She's just like out here in her little... I mean, that's fine. It is actually getting her hydration up, so I'll have her play around in the water a fair few times. Him writing his little story. Maybe Blue Bear is literally just gonna be his pseudonym the entire time. I was gonna say, she actually still has his journal. I don't know if he's like realized that she has his journal. I wonder, I swear there used to be, there's like accused of touching possessions, but I swear there used to be something about like journal and like knowing that she had it. Let's go and visit her unit. We're gonna visit it with Julie because I want to see how she's like finding it. Oh, I guess we could check this out. I'm so annoyed that I'm not gonna be able to like change this now because you can't like change it. Oh, that did let me change it. Maybe we're still in like a grace period. Usually you can't change it if there's someone already living there. We'll do maximum occupancy and no trash overload. Superior flush reduces how... Can you not make that unbreakable? I don't think you can make toilets unbreakable. You can just do it so it lowers the frequency of breaking. Unless I've maybe already done the unbreakable ones. But I kind of doubt it because her handiness is a level 10. So she definitely has the option to do that. Is it only kitchen appliances that can be unbreakable? I can't remember. Ooh, our little hood apparently fixed itself. That's probably going to revert. We'll add the ones that means it does it less. But obviously upgrading them does get up the rating. Do they not have a shared fridge inventory? Because technically we're in grandma's right now. I love how to go home, they have to go up to their bedroom. So the fridge inventory changes, which I mean, it's a shared area. So I would have assumed that that meant like food and everything, but that's fine. Where the heck is everyone? Where are they? They're stuck in the void. This is the first time I have ever seen this happen. They're apparently all like around here. They're all like in her apartment. Look. Oh my god, there's like imaginary ghosts around. Good job we didn't implement the no ghost rule, because Grandma would have been breaking it, even though you know there's defo Sage like playing with a toy or something like that. I've never had that happen yet in Ferret. It's so sus of you to constantly be walking around in a bikini, and I swear Sage is gonna pick up on that. He's gonna impersonate mermaids right in front of her. Oh, that's cute. Seeing them interact when she's a teenager is really, really sweet. What the hell? You two haven't had a perfect of this relationship in literally your whole childhoods. Look, he's like, oh, something really smells of fish around here. Oh my goodness. She really doesn't look impressed by him being mischievous. Maybe it's the other way around when it comes to knowing about his journal. Should we just like whip it out and read it in front of him? Let's snoop in the journal. Who do you reckon is going to be the first one to snoop on Grandma Julie? I think it's going to be her. I 100% think it is gonna be Rosemary. I think she's gonna do this in retaliation to like him potentially knowing. Oh my god, she's sitting right next to him. Zero hesitation. Leah's like, that is not. Everyone is telling her off. Oh, he looks really upset by it. She's like, he was making fun of me, but obviously she cannot tell her family that he was making fun of her because she can't tell her family that she's a mermaid. Oh, Rosemary, I actually do feel really sorry for her. You can just tell that she wants to yell about that so much. Oh, she still find it funny though. Oh my god, literally everyone told her off, Grandma included. She was like, do not snoop in your brother's journal. Right, go and hide your journal again, buddy. She's like, that's what you get for trying to call me out on my stuff. He doesn't actually know that she's turned into a mermaid though. He's just like impersonating them because he always knew that she wanted to be a mermaid and she refers to herself as like a water baby. So he's just like winding her up a little bit, which these two definitely do an awful, awful lot. But I genuinely think after that, she may entrust him. I feel like he's kind of gone up in her estimations because of that. So we are going to I think she's gonna take him to the lake. She's gonna be like, look, dude, you are an author. Like, you have a way with words. I think you're gonna reach really big dreams and I want to get your imagination flowing. I'm gonna show you something that you're not even gonna be able to comprehend. God, everyone's going for a swim. I swear, I've never seen anyone swimming in this lake until we decided to do it. I'm so glad it's not like H2O where they just turn into a mermaid like any time they are in the water, because that would be horrifying. That would honestly be as scary as when Strangerville Sims start like running with like their heads flicked back. I would never ever play with mermaids, but I do feel like it would make it interesting. He's not even over here yet. Oh, he needs the loo, apparently. I'm just gonna do this because he's not even walking properly. He's also... Why is he not wearing his bear suit? He was wearing it the first day and had no issues with it. She's gonna be like, look, I'm gonna show you. He's like, what? Why have you brought me out here? Oh, sir, your sister is a mermaid. He's buzzing. He's running around. He's like, oh my god, this is the most exciting day of my life. We need to tell him a secret. I mean, it's definitely not like he can't see the big bright red tail attached to her limbs, but I do still want to tell him. So we're gonna go splash him. We can coach his swimming. That is so freaking cute. Deep thoughts, not confess, share brilliant ideas. I don't know why we can't share a secret. Likes fitness? Sure, Sage can like fitness. What if this is a cute little thing that they just start doing together? Like going for little swims together, because like he's the only one who knows about her secret. We're gonna share a sequoia secret. We can just share brilliant ideas. He's still really sad about his grandpa. This is hitting him hard. You know that clown painting over there at the recreation center? Pretty sure it's haunted. She really is making his imagination run wild. He's gonna have so much content for his future books that he is gonna write. Did he actually get a moodlet from writing a book at all? I don't think he did. New best friend and great time playing in the rain. And he believes in himself because his little sister is believing in him too. I am gonna wrap this part up here though. I think we will go to Batu in the next part if you lot are up for it. But just let me know in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will speak to you all in the next one. Bye now.